Rescue operations have been ongoing in Uganda, and approximately 3,000 passengers involved in incidences on water have been rescued. Some of the recent cases of search and rescue activities in the transport sector included the famous accident of MV Templar, which capsized on Lake Victoria, November 24, 2018, where 33 people died and at least 26 were rescued.
International Airport, as Civil Aviation Authority, we have established one. The first one, which is in Entebbe, which is the main one, which we call the Rescue Research Center. And then we also have two mini research centers, which is Gulu and Soroti. The purpose of this is to try and look out and support flights in emergency. For example, if we have a plane that gets into an emergency within the localities of Uganda, then this search and rescue is supposed to respond.
At the same event, the ministry also inaugurated an aeronautical maritime search and rescue committee of 12 members.
Otherwise, it's my honor to commission you into working and bring better things for the country. Thank you very much. I hope that the ministry will also have some funding so that we can even do dry runs to ensure that what we are talking about in the boardrooms and these rooms can be practically done and exercised.
So the search and rescue funding policies that should be put in place must be based on sound needs assessments. And this includes you need to assess the expected search and rescue activities.
The ministry has designed policies on how the personnel will conduct their activities, and more sub-rescue teams are to be located.
The civil societies under the Forum for Women in Democracy have expressed concern on the scanty allocation of funds towards parish development model mindset change training in the national budget of 2022-2023. They contend that failure by government to invest in the concept of ideology transformation on the revolving fund will jeopardize the program implementation.
Our concern majorly relates to the underfunding of pillar number 5, which is about mindset change.
When the government was developing the parish development model itself, it thought it should have about 17 billion a year to do what they call mindset change and cost-cutting areas. And this includes mobilizing communities to know what the parish development model is about.
This budget has only provided 1 billion for mindset change. So brothers and sisters, we are concerned about this inconsistency in planning, and it is likely to lead to distribution of funds to citizens who are ill-prepared to utilize them. We cannot give money to people who do not understand the purpose for this money, the fact that they need to repay back this money, and the fact that this is a revolving fund where they are meant to take responsibility to improve their own livelihoods. And then our second recommendation is that government needs to prioritize business development services under Pillar 3 on financial inclusion to ensure that all beneficiaries only receive funds after adequate skilling and training.
We are particularly concerned about the effect of this price hike on the disposable income of citizens, but even more about the ability of low-income women-headed households to put meals on the table.
Today in history.
On 16th June 1982, the Uganda National Liberation Army launched an attack, Operation Bonanza, against General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's NRA in Luweero. The attack was commanded by Chief of Staff Brigadier David Oite Ojok, and it involved 4,000 soldiers. However, the operation failed as the NRA rebels tactfully slipped through the UNLA defense line, and later in January 1986, the National Resistance Army captured power.
Jennifer, Jukila, we wagamba, I don't have waka. You is through me about my waka. Now come and see for yourself, see my waka that I got with Momo Nyabo. Jangola be waka, look at you waka, see my waka that I got with Momo Nyabo.
Show them waka with MTN Momo Nyabo. Simply deposit 20K or more on your mobile money for a chance to win 3 Toyota Succeeds and money to 2,000 lucky winners every week. We're giving away 24 cars and over 2 billion shillings of mobile money.
Football packages, great entertainment,
sports, the local content, telenovela, the movies.
There is something for everybody.
Go TV, this is where great stories live.
Get the best entertainment for any budget. With GoTV, you will have great entertainment for as little as 13,000 Ugandan shillings per month. GoTV, great stories, Zidiwano. GoTV Uganda, love it.
The Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Uganda Revenue Authority and partners invite you to the Post-Budget Breakfast Conference to take place on 20th June 2022 at Hotel Africana, Kampala from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. We shall thereafter hold other regional engagements on 28th June 2022 in Mbarara, Fort Portal, Gulu, Arua and Tororo. This year's theme, full monetization of Uganda's economy through commercial agriculture, industrialization, market access and digital transformation.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
The Oil and Gas Moment, brought to you by Petroleum Authority of Uganda, creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey. The development and commercialization of Uganda's oil and gas resources is being undertaken through 4 flagship projects, which will bring in investment over $15 billion into the economy. The Kingfisher project will produce 40,000 barrels of crude oil per day at peak. The Tilenga project will produce 190,000 barrels of crude oil per day at peak. The 1,443-kilometer East African crude oil pipeline project will transport the produced crude oil to access the international market via the Tanga port in Tanzania. The Uganda refinery project will process up to 60,000 barrels of oil per day to provide petroleum products to the Ugandan market and its immediate neighbors. Additional exploration work is ongoing in the Kanyotaba and Ngasa areas in the Albertine Graben. For more information, visit www.pau.go.ug. Petroleum Authority of Uganda, creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey.
Be alert! Do not share your Airtel Money PIN number with anyone. Airtel Uganda employees will never ask for your Airtel Money PIN number on call, SMS, or by email. All SIM card registrations, SIM card verifications, or SIM swaps are done at clearly branded Airtel shops and not on phone. To report any fraudulent activity, please call 100 immediately. The official calling number for Airtel promotions is 0200 100 100. Stay alert on Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome back from that break, and this is the first edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV. Moving on, National Social Security Fund, in partnership with Visa and Centenary Bank, have unveiled a 3-in-1 security smart card. The card embeds NSSF functionality, bank functionality and loyalty program. Members are urged to upgrade to the new smart card and experience a new level of possibilities.
This is the first social security smart card, not just in Uganda, but the sub-Saharan Africa as well. The latest innovation is through collaboration with Centenary Bank and Visa and comes in 2 types, the debit smart card and the prepaid smart card.
We want to improve the customer experience, and ultimately we want to make savings a way of life for all the Ugandans that will be able to use this card.
While gracing over the launch, the Deputy Governor, Bank of Uganda, Michael Ating Ego, applauded NSSF for embracing digital payments, which he said goes a long way in boosting efficiency and controlling risks.
This initiative is in line with the National Development Plan 3, for which increased access to financial services and related infrastructure are being prioritized.
This initiative comes at a time when most sectors of the economy are leveraging on technology to boost service delivery to an increasingly tech-savvy society.
And according to an IFC survey on the mobile money scope on Uganda in particular, the statistics are about 16.9% of Ugandans owning debit cards. 16% in terms of 44 million people, I don't know where that puts us, but it's quite small. This is an indication of the work that needs to be done to convert the remaining 84 to embrace card usage as we move into the digital cashless economy.
We believe that financial inclusion is achieved when everyone, everywhere, can access very secure, convenient and affordable payments and other services to meet everyday needs and long-term goals.
The cash-loadable prepaid card can be used by all or without a bank account.
When you talk about NSSF, you talk about more than 1 million members, employed people or pensioners. Some of them, a big chunk of these people will not have a bank account. They are underbanked or they are non-banked. So a prepaid card is the right card for them, especially with this midterm access bill that has come up, to get the disbursements on the card and also to use it as a mode of payment, even though they don't have a bank account.
According to Richard Berugaba, the Managing Director NSSF, the smart card complements the fund's claims process, providing easy and faster validation for qualifying members to withdraw their savings in a timely manner. Dennis Igoha for UBC Business.
To health matters now, where Ministry of Health has received 2 ambulances, 90 computers, printers and other health supplies from UNFPA in partnership with governments of Japan and the Netherlands to enhance sexual reproductive health services. The UNFPA representative to Uganda, Dr. Mary Otieno, says the ambulances cost about 481 million shillings and these are to be taken to Palabek Karl Health Center in Lamu and Rukunyu Hospital, Kamwenge District.
Our minister is now flagging off our ambulance to Kamwenge District.
United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, has donated ambulances to the Ministry of Health to boost sexual reproductive health services, namely maternal health. Beneficiaries are Lamu and Kamwenge District Health Centers.
This will strengthen the emergency referral, post-abortion care and electronic logistics management systems for reproductive health commodities, respectively.
The Minister for Health cautioned Kamwenge and Lamu district officials against misuse of ambulances as it has been in the past.
You find the LC5 chairman has taken the vehicle, the cow has taken the ambulance. This is for patients. It is not for politicians like it happened to the pickups.
The ministry also received computers, electronic internet devices that will strengthen electronic logistics management information systems in the health sector.
This will facilitate online ordering for all commodities, including reproductive health commodities, and the equipment will benefit Health Center 3s in West Nile Sub-Region, Agago.
The ambulances are to be part of the national ambulance fleet. Miriam Wamcha, UBC News.
The next one.
Now, Uganda is one of the countries that registered least COVID-19 infections and deaths globally. Ministry of Health scientists have narrated how they managed to counter COVID-19 during the last 3 waves, as we hear in this story.
It is on record that Uganda is one of the highly performing countries in regard to the management of COVID-19 pandemic as compared to other countries. Scientists at the Ministry of Health recount how the country dealt with COVID-19, especially during the first and second wave.
In terms of decisions taken, you realize we very rapidly locked down. Immediately the president had said, okay, we closed down. Especially after that reported case from South Africa, we were able to prolong that first wave. As a result, if you look at the number of waves Uganda has had 3 waves. The first wave from the original Wuhan virus, the second wave from the Delta, and then the Omicron wave. If you look at other countries, they have had 4, 5 waves.
The best success for COVID-19 was the Ugandans themselves. They listened to the leadership and acted as directed. That cannot be taken lightly. So the success is for the nation. The people were told what to do and they did it. The government didn't have resources, the people contributed, they gave their own money and also followed the regulations. So the credit is for the government, but it is really the community and the citizens who had to be rated.
However, despite early success, cases of COVID-19 are going up again in what is descending into another wave.
We are calling upon Ugandans who have not received vaccines to go and get vaccines. We have put vaccine in every parish and every district.
During the second wave, which is the Delta wave, I think every one of us experienced the fact that there is COVID and COVID kills because we lost quite several people.
As of 14th June 2022, Uganda had registered 96 COVID-19 new cases and 8 deaths with a positivity rate of 4.1%. Adiana Kuti, UBC.
Now, the government has been urged to address key challenges affecting people living with sickle cell anemia in the country. The stakeholders say that one hemoglobin machine at Mulago National Referral Hospital cannot sustain the entire population of people living with sickle cell, and also want the government to introduce a bone marrow transplant to reduce on costs for major surgeries which are done abroad.
Prepares to commemorate World Sickle Cells Day, Uganda Sickle Cells Rescue Foundation has appealed to the government to establish a one-stop center facility for sickle cell information and establish a bone marrow transplant in Uganda.
By coming up together and encouraging the government to develop a sickle cell research center in the country so that we have a one-stop center where all information regarding sickle cell or research is obtained from. And also the establishment of a bone marrow center in Uganda. We appeal to the Ministry of Health and the entire government and also development partners. If we had the resources to have a bone marrow center in Uganda, this would help save more other warriors.
Daniel Roya Odu, the Executive Director for Uganda Rescue Foundation, says sickle cell disease in the country is not given attention it deserves, yet the disease is growing day by day. According to data from Ministry of Health, Northern Uganda has the highest number of sickle cell trends with a total of 18%, Eastern Central region at 16%, while Eastern and Southwestern has 4%.
The global burden of sickle cell disease has not been fully addressed, and according to some information from the Ministry of Health that was done in 2016, about 13.5% of Uganda's population has sickle cell traits. Northern Uganda has the highest prevalence of sickle cell traits in the country, standing at 18.6%. East Central regions come second. Now, these statistics call for intervention through promoting sickle cell screening before marriage, at birth, and at all stages.
Uganda has only one hemoglobin machine at Mulago Referral National Hospital, no bone marrow transplant hospital. All this combined makes it very expensive for major surgeries for sickle cell patients.
The interventions that are currently in place are not sufficient to address the current burden. Furthermore, systematic screening for sickle cell using simple test is seldom done, and diagnosis is often made when a child presents a severe complication.
Sada Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.
Now, the elderly in Uganda have asked the government to establish special health units and clinics to handle elderly-related illnesses. This was during the World Elderly Abuse Awareness Day held in Kaliro district.
Hundreds of elderly persons have divulged the life challenges they undergo, like land grabbing and economic stress. The elderly persons expressed concern over difficulties encountered in accessing medical care.
And treating us to avoid very many deaths.
We are supposed to be considered for health insurance and specialized units, health units, which can cater for us.
A medical officer in Kaliro district, Dr. John Jatemwa, agrees with the proposal to offer better medical care to the elderly, including easing the access to medical care.
They are prone to infections. You may find that integrating them with the other people in other groups, they may also contract infections because as they grow, their immune system tends to slow down, and in the long run, they also get exposed to a lot of problems.
State Minister for Gender, also Member of Parliament representing the elderly in Eastern Region, Dominic Mafuabi Gidudu, said government's commitment is supporting the elderly persons countrywide.
With the time, the elders, this will be of the past. Even these councils, they are talking of that there is no money. The parish government model is trying to bring a lot of people into the money economy.
Gidudu, however, said government is committed to ensure the elderly without national identity cards get such funds.
You should never give an old person an excuse. When he's eligible, he should automatically get the money. And it looks bad.
Elderly persons have reportedly been exposed to various forms of abuse, including sexual harassment, deprivation, humiliation by great members of society.
It's coming to 14 minutes to 9 in the studios of UBC TV. We are yet to take another short break, but we'll return with business. To stay with us.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Molt Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602.
The Kabaka Birthday Run 2022 is back on Sunday, 3rd July 2022 at Lubiri Mengo. This year, the run will be physical and will be flagged off by Sabasaja Kabaka at 7 a.m. Come out in large numbers once again to Lubiri Mengo. Run for a cause to fight and end HIV by 2030. Buy your ticket today at 15,000 Uganda shillings from Airtel shops at Tobani Center, New Taxi Park, ShopRite Building, Benchwanka Street, Majestic Brands Office at Bulange Mengo. You can also buy your ticket using Airtel Money. Dial *185 *5 hash. Select Payments, select Kabaka Run, and follow the prompts to complete the payment. Kabaka Birthday Run 2022 is brought to you by UNAID, CBS, BBS, and Airtel, the smartphone network.
The government of Uganda, through the Office of the Prime Minister, in collaboration with the United Nations in Uganda, have organized the first ever annual Sustainable Development Goals Conference from 16th to 17th June 2022 at Serena Conference Center, Kampala, under the theme Building Effective Models to Accelerate the SDGs in the Post-COVID-19 Era. The conference, held at both regional and national levels, aims at sharing ideas and good good practices as well as catalyze actions to achieve the 2030 agenda, leaving no one behind. The national conference will be presided over by His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni. The regional forums will be held in Mbale on June 8th, in Hoima on June 10th, and in Gulu on June 13th, 2022. The conference will provide for both physical and virtual participation. For any inquiries on how to be part, go to sdgs.opm.go.ug. Together for the SDGs.
Meet Professor Petero. He knows something every hustler in UG is gonna love.
Oh, see. You see, I was just trying to get the documents to register for Airtel Money.
You don't need the documents. You just say to register.
What's going on here? He sells things from the shop, and behind my back, he gets the money and gives it to his girlfriends.
But just get Airtel Money Pay so that all money comes direct to your business wallet, and only you, the owner, have access to it. Just dial *185 *10 hash, and now you are on. No waiting. Huh? This insanity is sweet. Give them also.
I only take Airtel Money Pay. It's easy and secure.
Yes, become a safer and more efficient cash-free business today. Easy.
No mixing your business money with your Kameza money. No, that's efficient.
Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
The Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Uganda Revenue Authority and partners invite you to the Post-Budget Breakfast Conference to take place on 20th June 2022 at Hotel Africana, Kampala from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. We shall thereafter hold other regional engagements on 28th June 2022 in Mbarara, Fort Portal, Gulu, Arua and Tororo. This year's theme, full monetization of Uganda's economy through commercial agriculture, industrialization, market access and digital transformation.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Get connected today with the My Airtel 4G smartphone and enjoy free data for 1 whole year worth 86,500 Uganda shillings. That's free 2 GB for the first month and free 1 GB for the next 11 months at only 250,000 Uganda shillings with free data for 1 whole year worth 86,500 shillings, making the effective price of the 4G phone 163,500 shillings only. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. Now, 2 civil servants in Oyam district have been interdicted for causing financial loss in Icheme sub-county, Oyam district. Ray Eki and Grace Achio, both working for Icheme sub-county, were interdicted for misappropriating over 27 million shillings meant for community projects. Eddie Olwa reports.
Residents of Icheme sub-county are demanding for the recovery of more than 30 million shillings, which is alleged to have been embezzled by sub-county officials.
There was this rural electrification.
During a public accountability session organized by the OPM in Icheme sub-county, it was revealed that over 8 million shillings as contribution for ACDP project was swindled.
This is a man who really uses the agriculture officer to collect the money in terms of giving our farmers the tarpaulin.
It also emerged that 27,790,000 under district discretionary equalization grant was fraudulently withdrawn by the sub-accountant with the forged signatories.
I don't know what the production.
Grace Achio, the sub-county chief, was interdicted for failing to supervise a junior.
The sub-accountant acknowledged to picking the money himself alone, and because of that he has been interdicted and asked to pay back that money. And I understand up so far he has paid back 4 million.
Interdiction alone is not enough, but failing the project, the government project.
Nicholas Opio, the chairperson in HMS Sub-County, believes there was connivance between Reiki, the sub-accountant, and the bank. He says they are now set to sue both the bank and individuals responsible.
Signing 4 checks for 9 times. He has committed himself. We need to take him before court, and even the bank has to be disciplined.
With the project fund swindled, residents still remain in abject poverty.
Did you all of you get?
Yeah, some few farmers. Yeah, that is the correct line.
What is also making pupils to run out of the school, it is because of some of those charges that are being levied on the parents, and those charges, the way they are being implemented for collection, they are being implemented in a wrong way.
Police was also put on spot for extorting money from victims.
The police also has not managed that. You call me.
Earlier, the district agricultural officer Tom Opio was thrown out of the meeting by the RDC Hopper Tuhaire for reporting lies. Tuhaire said our office will ensure all stolen monies are recovered.
So we are asking them to make a list. We don't have to verify who has received this amount and who has not received it. So we cannot sort it up. That is something that may not have a hassle.
Besides numerous challenges, HMS Sub-County has earmarked 200 acres of land to set up an industrial park and for investors to develop the sub-county. Eddie Olwa for UBC News in Oyam District.
Thanks, Eddie, for that report there. Now, government is to revive all old factories and offer incentives to investors across the country. A State Minister for Finance in charge of investment, Evelyn Anite, said government is committed to creating employment through industrialization.
Jinja is one of Uganda's pioneer and diverse industrial hub with a large concentration of factories, providing employment to thousands of Ugandans. In a guided tour to Modern Tiles Factory, the Minister of State for Finance in charge of privatization, Evelyn Anite, commissioned a state-of-art construction and ceramic Modern Tiles Factory in Jinja.
This company, Modern Tiles, represents as the largest industrial growth which is happening in Uganda. Again, like Jinja being source of the River Nile, and it's the biggest tourist hub in entire Uganda. So we thought into industrial city as well. She represents the industrial city.
Anite applauded investors for choosing to invest in Uganda.
With your vision of international standards, of modernizing not only Jinja, but modernizing Africa with your modern tiles and a state-of-art signage. I thank you for employing Ugandans. But it is not about the beauty of that signage. For me, what makes news is that 500 Ugandans had to get the technology transfer and build that signage that we thought that we cannot build in Uganda. And we're not celebrating a signage. We're celebrating the jobs created. We're celebrating the modern tiles that is going to be in the market, second to the other tile factory that we've had.
The chairman, Uganda Investment Authority, Morrison Rwagakamba, accompanied the minister and explained the authority's move to develop at least 25 industrial parks to bridge the unemployment gap.
That it is sky high, beyond the sky high dreams of transformation. Because when I come here and witness these are over 15 football pitches, isn't it? This is not the first investment. It is additional investment from other factories that you have. Thank you for coming to Uganda. Thank you for creating the jobs. And honestly, this is an industrial park. And I can assure you that Uganda Investment Authority will continue to support you.
The official launch of Modern Tiles Factory is set to take place on June 22nd.
And moving further afield, we got to Ukraine, where Ukraine is ready to work to become a full European Union member. President Zelensky said after meeting visiting EU leaders for talks in Kyiv. At a news conference in the Ukrainian capital, French President Emmanuel Macron, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, Italian Prime Minister Mario Draghi and Romanian President Klaus Iohannis all publicly backed Kyiv's bid to join the bloc. EU leaders are holding a summit next week at which Kyiv's application to become a candidate for membership is likely to be given a green light. Zelensky said, and I quote, "Ukrainians have already earned the right to go down this road and obtain this candidate status," end of quote. Sports news now, and with only hours to their first match of International Cricket Council ICC Cricket World Cup Challenge League B tournament, the men's cricket national team, the Cricket Cranes, have wrapped up their training sessions and are now set to take on Jersey tomorrow, Friday, the 17th of June 2022 at the Cricket Oval in Lugogo. The team, led by Brian Masaba, is on form and is confident of a win that kickstarts momentum as they look at qualifying to round 3. Uganda starts the tournament at the top of the table, but will need 4 wins to proceed to the next round.
We've spoken throughout these last couple of weeks about how long we've been preparing for this tournament, and it's exciting. It's exciting to come home to the home ground, Lugogo Oval, and see it looking so stunning. I think the boys are excited, really looking forward to performing on home soil. I think we do quite a lot of in-depth analysis and research, and from our side we also look and focus on our game in terms of what we're looking to do and what we're looking to execute. So it's a bit of both. You make sure you know what the opposition has got, but you also make sure that you execute your game plans. Hopefully execute. I think the key is the toss just starts the game, and whatever happens.
And that sports story brings us to the end of this first edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV. Elizabeth Nakakuni has been on sign language, and I am Rukidi Edward Kijananguma. Will be seeing you, of course, at 10 for our second and final edition of News Tonight. But for now, I'll leave you with Nakajiri Sharon with the weather forecast for tomorrow. See you at 10.
For staying with UBC, I'm Sharon Nakajiri tonight with the latest weather report from Uganda National Meteorological Authority. Today by 9 a.m. we had Kampala reporting the highest amount of rainfall of 12.9 millimeters. Guru reported 6.9, as for Mbende it was 9.3 millimeters. This is due to the local effects that are bringing us some rains from the Lake Victoria and some advection from Congo air mass towards our country, Uganda. Tomorrow morning we are forecasting light rains along Lake Victoria. Elsewhere we shall have sunny intervals. During the course of the afternoon, we are forecasting light rains in the south. As for the north, we are forecasting sunny intervals. Temperatures are expected to rise up to 30 degrees Celsius in the north. As for Kampala, we are forecasting 27 degrees Celsius. As for Kabale Highlands, we shall have temperatures going up to 24 degrees Celsius. For international weather forecast, we shall have thunder showers in New York. As for Nairobi, we shall have sunny intervals, while for Cairo it will be bright and sunny, temperatures rising up to 35 degrees Celsius. For Pretoria it will be bright and sunny, temperatures going up to 17 degrees Celsius. That nicely concludes our weather forecast today. Till tomorrow, have a good night.